So in previous part, what I created a thread which is using runnable interface. I mentioned here. In the keep going part, I created each and everything. With the write message, I'm going to write that message, and chat message for the logout purpose, who is in for the who is in each and etc. Everything. So I need to mention close method also to close everything. So uh, close is a nothing but this part, and I will delete this first. Okay. So as you can see, this is done basically. Now I need to create one write message part also here. And wait a minute, where is run part basically here? Okay, so this is for the close, this is for the keep going, this is for the run. So keep going should be ended first, as I told you. So let me do one thing. So keep going is ended first, or you can say this switch case is ended first, or then after keep going, then let me do one thing here. This is for, so always check your loops because I'm just using this part. Keep going is ended, and after that keep going is ended, I need to close that threading part also. So this is not at all required for me. Okay, so I created already keep going and each and everything, and now this is threading part, and this is basically my class part. So what I'm creating do, I created all things, and if I'm exiting that part, it will, that closing part, it will be directly throwing that user out of that server part. So this is done. Now what required thing is here, we need to create one write message method here. So this is my write message method, which is basically writing that part inside boolean with connected. If the connected, try that writing message, error in the sending message if there is an error. So this is all about server part. Now we are required some, as I told you, who is in login, get message, each and everything inside chat message. So let me go with the chat message. Chat message is very simple thing. Let me import one thing. Import java.io.star because this is very important part. Now what is required things is, this class is defines the different types of messages that will be what we can say exchange between clients and server. So let me mention the specify this class will perform for different type of messages. Okay, then second thing is, why I'm talking from Java client to Java server, it is lot easier thing to pass objects. No need to count bytes, then wait, then line and feeds by each frame and frame. What you can do, you can create and pass that full object inside the frame. So it is easier to pass whole object instead of byte stream in frame of TCP. TCP is basically, so why I'm mentioning here is, I'm creating, I already created message, so I'm going with this. So different types of messages, as I told you. So these are the different, who is in, message, which is ordering text message, and logout. So let me put that messages here. So let me tell you what is this. Basically, type is for type who is in message and logout each and everything. So if it's showing the green line, you can save that dictionary part and each and everything. So these are all the private things. You cannot change this here. So let me create one constructor here. Constructor, which is basically chat message. Inside that chat message, what I'm going to mention is here is type and string message. In type string message. So I already created this, then this type to this type, if you know how you can assign that to that part. Then this dot message is equal to message. So these are all the things you can do. Now what is required thing is here is get type and all the things you need to create here. So int get type, this is basically method return type. Okay, now what is remaining thing? More remaining thing is here is get message, string get message, return message. So this is how you can do. Now you can see there is no errors. There are some warnings here, but there are no errors inside our server class, as I already created this part. Let me save this part and save this part. So now our server, we can run that server. If you want, you can check also. Let me do something here. Let me run the server. Run server main. So it will run that part. As you can see, it is building and it is running and task each and everything. So it will take time to compile each and every part here, but it's building. Now our server program is running. So in a run program, you can say at this timestamp, my server is waiting for the client threads at on port this. So I will explain what is the port and each and everything. So now our server program is live. You can say at this time our server program is live. So in a further part, I'm going to tell you how we can do this stuff. Client and client Java. Again, it will be very simple code, but it will take time for each and every part. So I already created this part. So let me use that part first time only directly. So I will explain this client message. Okay. So what is the client message here is, it will ask for me the different parts here. First is a client for notify purpose, S input for that S input, S output for that purpose, socket is for the socket. Private string server plus username and the port. Get username for the username, set username for the set username. I'm invoking this part for the setting username, each and everything. And this is, as you can see, start is method for that purpose to create that socket and put in that stock socket. Listen from server creates a thread to listen a server and your username will be sent there. IO exception is for the purposes. So these all the things, send message for the sending message, disconnect for the disconnecting from that message, exception, each and everything similar like this. Now this is very important part. I am setting the port number is 1500 or you can say 1500. Why I am using this port only? Because server is on that port. If you want to change this port, you can change. You can change the just a number, 4-digit number with 0 to 9 any digits. You can change that. Again, this is localhost. String username default is anonymous. If you want to input, you can input that and you can scan it and directly put that in this. Argument, as I told you, case 3, if that length is greater than 3, Java client username, port number, server address, and each and everything part. If port is invalid, it will print the invalid part. Similarly, it will put that hello, welcome to chat room instructions. It will print first instruction, or you can space username, your message here. Likewise, that you can create. Who is in for it is all the instructions here, and I create the login and logout method. Then again, I need to create thread here, and this is basically that what you can say, this from this part and each and everything I create. So let me run first the server. So first you need to run the server, and if you want to check more clients, as you can see, I can run only one client here. But if you want to run more clients, you need to use one plugin inside IDE, which is basically multi-run. I tell you how we are going to do that stuff also. So let me run here my client also. You can use Control Shift F10 also key, but I am using default thing here. So now I will put name as John. So welcome to chat room, each and everything. It will, my localhost connection is accepted. And now you can say who is in, you can mention that name. So you can say at this time John has joined the chat room. So this is how you can create this. So if you want to run more clients, or you want to check, basically, as I told you, I run this only at one instance client. What I'm going to do, I want to run more client. So what I'm going to do, go to edit configuration. After edit configuration, you can see there is a one dialog box. I think I'm unable to see here, but you can see a new box here first. In that new box, what you are going to do, you are going to create new configuration. You need to install one plugin throughout this IDE, which is basically multi-run plugin. Inside that multi-run plugin, you need to mention the name of that plugin, choose configuration to run. You can see there are two things here, run server and client, run client. You can use that part. So in that way, you can create your own things here. Basically, these are some similar things for you can say adding the plugin, each and everything. So you need to mention that which is you are adding here. So I'm adding the client thread and done. So what I'm going to do, I'm adding that another client. So as you can see, there are two clients I'm running currently. Another name is Sam. So as you can see, Sam has joined the room. Let me add one more client here, which is basically multi-run, then client 3, and it will run the client 3 and apply. Okay. So this is my another client. You can see there are three clients, John, Sam. I don't want to terminate. John, Sam, and third is ABC. Okay. So in a server part, you can say John is, then Sam, and then ABC has joined. So I want to broadcast some message, or I want to check who is in. So why this exception is writing and each and everything, it's basically not serializable. You should put this only. So now there is nothing use of this or exception you can print. Okay. Establish the was awarded from the host machine. So now why? Because exception is handling, John has left the chat room. So as I told you, you need to mention each and everything. So let me stop this process first for the John. Let me run that John again. Stop and rerun. So okay, let me run, stop all the things. Let me run server first. Then let me run client first, which is basically John. Let me run, stop and rereturn Sam first. Then let me run this again, which is basically ABC. So let me check first who is in. Okay. stop and return. So now we are done with each and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the server first. Then I'm going to mention the client here. Then I'm going to run here client 1 here. And I'm going to run client 3 here. First name is John. Second name is Sam. So this is not required. Third name is ABC. So as you can see, Sam and each and everyone is joined this room. This is the John part. So if I put who is in, it should be print each and everything. So similarly, you can create more threads here, each and every part. So let me go with some more parts here also. So we created this part. In the next videos, I'm going to tell you how we can create Java swing part, each and everything. So hope you understand this part. If you want to check more parts here, you can go. Let me check first here. Okay. So let me run this again, server part. So I will tell you all the functions here first, because I haven't mentioned that part in earlier. Then my client things should be running. Then my client 1 should be running. And then my client 3 should be running. So as you can see, I can create more clients here. It's a beautiful thing for what we can say Java and multi-threading ABC. So you can say all the things are created here. If I want to broadcast message hello, I'm getting the exception of IO exception because server is closed the connection for that purpose. Okay, so similarly you can do these stuffs and you can proceed with this part. So this is all about how we can create this part. In the next video, I'm going to mention the server part, client part, and chat message, each and everything here. So this is it, how we can create all these stuffs. In the further part, I'm going to tell you what this part also, plus some Java swing and GUI part of the client threads. So hope you understand this part.